Ryan Elliott, Boxing News. We're in Arizona. Got to say, one of the last men in the venue, Sonny Edwards. Thank you for staying back. Sonny, little press conference reaction. First time he's really had something to say to you in this promotion, and all hell broke loose. What happened in your own words?
Nah, I'm a peacekeeper. I'm not a bully. I don't start problems for no reason. And unlike what Eddie was saying over and over again, talking about trying to get in people's head, I don't do it for that. But don't be disrespectful. Like, you're shaking my hand and you're being all cool in private, and when we're doing it, and then he's tried saying in private conversations and on the stage, which I'm grateful that he did. Sonny don't know who he is. He acts all of this on Twitter, but in person he's quiet. No. The only reason why I've not been terrorising you, yeah, is because I was concerned that he was ever going to make it to this ring. I was concerned that he would ever arrive here. Genuinely, like, they've got too many excuses. Oh, my jaw broke my last fight. We might need confidence. We need it in America. We need it the last weekend of the year because of this. He had too many excuses that I wasn't going to give him more by like damaging him mentally and making him sit down and go, I've got mental health issues and I don't want to fight Sonny. You know what I mean? So I've been cool this whole time. Like, I don't need to get in no one's head that isn't even in my thinking. He gave me the reason to say something and I did. And when I said what I had to say about, we know what you do in your hotel room after you weigh in, we know what you do in camp, yeah? But we just don't care, yeah? We just don't care. And he went quiet. Everyone can attest for it. He went quiet. He didn't know what to say because he don't have no answers. Then he went, supplements or not, I'll still beat you. Yeah, but you have got all them supplements in your supplements. And but I passed the drugs test. And we also know, just because you pass the drugs test doesn't make you clean. But that's fine. I don't care about any of that. I'll pull up. You know what I mean? I'm chilling. Clean hearts, clean minds, they always win in the end. And I know when I get in that ring that I've done everything that's been asked of me and I needed to do. When it's a hard fight, I'm expecting one. But if it's a hard fight and he's been putting his body through all of these extra curriculum things, yeah, that's when his doubts are really going to creep in, when he's losing the fight still with all of those advantages. But like I said, the reason I haven't terrorised him before this is because I was genuinely convinced that he weren't going to turn up. And he weren't trying to take this fight. Like I said on the stage, they were trying to get out of it. They were trying to explore other options. They was asking Eddie for different opponents at super flyweight, etc., etc., etc. But it's the only fight they got given, so this is the only fight that they had. And then he got backed in the corner, because if they went and did any other move after the amount of splash and noise that I'd made about this fight, Bam's definitely ducking Sonny. How can he call out, say that they're going to come over me, fight me in the UK, not do that, go and fight a vacant title instead? And then when we finally speaking about it, they had to have everything in their favour to get me in the ring. They even asked for a 16-foot ring. And at that point is when I laughed. I went, look, Eddie, if they want to fight, I'm not asking for a 24-foot. Middle, 20, we'll go. There we go. No double sponging, because I've been in 1,001 rings, and I'll be testing the ring. So if you have to strip it up because you put double canvas in, so be it. Like, you're not doing that to me. I'm not stupid, you know.
Little Fury Klitschko situation. Look, Sonny, that was one of the longest face-offs I've ever seen. You were talking to him, but he was also saying a lot that we couldn't hear. Can you tell us a bit about what was being said in that 8 or 10 minutes or whatever it was?
He was just letting me know that he's a little homo that don't really want to be here, and I'm going to punch him up, basically.
Fair enough. I wanted to ask you more specifically about this fight, about fighting a southpaw. I think the last one you fought in the ring was Thomas Asomba. We've seen you as a switch hitter, though. Do you prefer fighting southpaws?
I love fighting southpaws. I've had great southpaw sparring. I've been sparring Peter McGrath. I've been sparring Brandon Dayord. I've been sparring Thomas Asomba. I've had great southpaw sparring. And I switch so much just so it makes us both in opposite stance. I don't need to do that with him. You know what I mean? I don't need to do that. So I'm on my strong side. I'm on my favoured side. And yeah, that's the way it's going to be. And then if he switches, then I'll switch. So it doesn't really matter. For me, it doesn't matter what they are, but I prefer fighting opposite stance. It don't matter what stance, I can do both. So I can do both, constantly swap, go from there to there. People don't even realise I've swapped. Like, that's how good my feet and how much control I've got over my balance, etc. So, yeah, I love fighting southpaws, so, yeah, great for me.
Biggest fight of your career, is it the hardest?
I don't think so. I think Maruti is the hardest ring I've ever been in. It's funny that people pull holes in that, even though he was 13 years unbeaten, Ring Magazine #1 for a long reign of time, and all the other champions heavily avoided him. He knocked out Tete and Casemiro in back-to-back fights. His last loss before me was Nonito Donaire, 3 rounds to 2 on a cut in the 5th round. So, like, do you know what I mean? That's who I won for my world title. And Bam's a 2-weight world champion beating 0 world champions to do it. So let's just understand that one's been over-marketed, yeah, and well-promoted and well-matched, and the other one has had to earn every single thing that I've ever got and still not got the credit and plaudits for it. So I'm still waiting for mine, yeah. He's already halfway out of boxing. He don't like it here. He didn't want to promote the fight. He didn't want to build the fight. Eddie tried booking them flights twice to come over for my fight, twice to come over for the AJ fight to announce us in the ring, and he didn't want to do it. Didn't want to come over. He was too fat. His jaw was too swollen. It's still swollen. You can see it visibly. I know they're going to have the excuses after, oh, we only sparred for 3-4 weeks and we couldn't get that fit and we had to struggle for weight because sparring is normally how we get it. Like, I'm not trying to hear any of that. I don't care. I'm going to beat him. I'm going to take his belt. And I ain't surprised, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Seriously, I know I'm going to do it.
We said about it being the biggest fight of your career. Has it felt any different at all this week? You seemed so relaxed. I saw you at the NBA game. You had better seats than me, that's got to be said. But has it felt any different?
I enjoy what I do. Everything is just a next stride. Like, I'm so excited for Saturday. I don't sit here, oh no, I've got to get in the ring and have a fight and there might be people watching and I might not be good enough. No, I am so grateful for the life that I live, yeah? How I can provide for my kids, how I can bring all my friends with me, and like, I don't think you understand how grateful I am for everything and how much I enjoy actually doing what I do. I'm addicted to fighting, genuinely. My dad got me addicted when I hate making me, he weren't much of a make. I'm doing 12, 15 rounds sometimes as a 12, 13-year-old kid a night sparring. All different comers. People, the other dads were getting pissed off. What's this, the Sonny Edwards show? Like, I'm a 12-year-old kid in Newham Gym, and that's what's happening. And every time since then, I've looked and seeked out sparring. I was up Repton doing 12, 14, 16 rounds of sparring a night, twice a week. I've been addicted to this stuff for a long time. It's like a drug to me, getting in the ring and having a fight. I don't fear it. I don't get apprehensive about it. And if I've got someone that's good, yeah, too many times I get into a boxing ring, pretty much 99.9% of the times, and it's just too easy for me. I want them to be good. I want them to be a proper fighter. I want them to be a hard adversary, like genuinely, because that makes me feel something. It gets my drive up. It makes me in my head go, yes, finally. I know that I'm elite. I know I can mix it and feel comfortable in any ring. And rings, believe me, I can name some names and upset a few people. I don't need to. But at weights above me that have won world titles, defended world titles, big part of big events. But when they come down to the gym, they've had their ass handed off me. Got out the ring all face. Can't hit him. Do you know what I mean? I could upset people, but I don't need to because they're actually cool and they're actually my friends. But that's the reality. I would put out an open challenge for anyone that's ever shared a ring with me, yeah, to say that they punched my head in sparring or they was the man, yeah. Very competitive sparring. I've had good sparring as well, yeah, but no one makes me feel second best in the boxing ring. No one ever has, and no one ever will.
Couple more before I let you go. I sat down with your brother Charlie yesterday. We know you've had your ups and downs like all brothers do, but he spoke with gratitude that he's been able to be a part in camp and, you know, help you prepare, and, you know, someone that knows you incredibly well perhaps won't let you get away with as many of your little tricks in sparring, knows you inside and out. How nice has it been to not only have him prepare but just to be around as a brother as well?
Yeah, and gratitude is a really important human emotion, probably the most important one. I feel like the reason why I'm so far today is because I've always exhibited complete gratitude for being able to do what I'm doing. The fact that I can exist just in boxing, where I've been since I was a 9-year-old kid, and live a lifestyle that most people will never get to live, doing whatever they're doing. Like, I'm grateful for it. But having my brother around, yeah, it's good that we've, you know, we have got a good relationship, very good relationship, and I love him dearly. I've always put him on a pedestal with his work ethic, with his fighting, and okay, it might have been hard for him when I've sort of leapfrogged and sort of hit levels that he's not managed to hit yet, but genuinely, from my side of things, my mind, I can't wait for him to go and do something, to be challenging me again, and go do something to push even further and beat a fighter that he's not expected, and go even further and a second weight world champion and a third weight world champion. I want now all for him just as much as I want it for me. One, I know all the work he's putting over the years. Two, he's the reason why I'm so good, because my sparring partner early on when he was like such a good fighter and I was catching up straight away, like earlier than I probably should have. All the mistakes he's made with dealing with people in the business of boxing, etc., and the wrong moves he's made, I've learned from every single one of them. So I am where I am today a lot of the time because of him. I probably never would have been a fighter if it wasn't for my brother. It was that simple classic thing of, oh, my brother started boxing, I want to box. I didn't really care before my brother started boxing, and then all of a sudden I wanted to do it, was told I couldn't, and now I really, really wanted to do it, started doing it and loved it. Do you understand? So I probably wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for my brother. He's led the complete path to success. He did great in the amateurs, he's done great in the pros, been a world champion, defended it, etc. But now he's time for him to come back, and anything I can do, the closer he is to around me, like it's right, working for everyone else around me. You know, I've got fighters winning European titles. I've got fighters debuting on Matchroom. I've got fighters, all that I work with and around me and close to me, and everyone seems to get, you know, a rub off of some sort of positivity, some energy, some good thought processes, some good mindsets off me. And, you know, the closer he is to me, I think the more benefit he will get from our relationship. So, and I'm more than happy to do that for my brother, just like anyone else around me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to his comeback. All these years he might have been a bit missing, but he's been in the gym, trust me, been in the gym.
A couple more before I let you go. So Anthony Joshua gave you a call in the run up to this. What did he have to say to you?
Oh yeah, we were just having a little laugh, and me and AJ have known each other a long, long time, not just from when I was on GB, like years before, when he was just a Finchley heavyweight coming on the scene, and I was like a little 12, 13-year-old kid boxing in Ellsfield boxing gym, etc. Like, known each other for a long, long time. He's a good friend of mine. Yeah, more just chopping up, having a little laugh. He was wishing me the best of luck, not that I needed it, giving me a little gas up and that. And obviously I was telling him that I'm going to be at his fight the next week, if he needs someone to put a spit bucket up, because I'm going to be, you know, unifying on the Saturday, and then the next Saturday I'm going to be the spit bucket man for my one of my best friends in the world, Lyndon Arthur, in his life to change his life, in his fight, sorry, to change his life. So yeah, like that's me as a person, and I put everything on pause for the people around me. So big shout out to him for reaching out. But yeah, we've been friends a long, long time, a long, long, long time.
The other side of the pond, there's going to be a lot of people staying up for this fight. What do you find a message be to them?
I don't know, man. I'm just letting them know that I'm going to win. So if you want to go sleep and just hit record and catch it at 8 o'clock in the morning where you're not like, you know what I mean? I've done that one too many times. I stayed up for the late night and it ruins your next day. You know what I mean? It really knocks you off. So don't feel like you have to. But if you do stay up and you can't wait in the morning, you've got to be the first person to find out how this fight goes down. Then you know, make sure you tune in. I appreciate all the support from both sides of the pond. I'll be real. I've had more American support and people coming down and people flying out for this fight like than I ever expected. But I guess that's probably what happens when you spend years interacting, talking to people like on a human level. You know, people like who they interact with, and then you've got, you know, the other side who comes in a room of like 50 people in and segregates himself, gets his own chair pulled away, has security stand next to him. I don't know what he thought was going to happen. We're meant to be in his town, but as you saw here, there was a lot more of me than there was him, you know. And the people that, okay, maybe looked a bit more like him was running up to me for pictures, not him. Why? Because he acts like some superstar rather than a human. But it is what it is.